Doris Day was a popular singer and actress who produced hit songs and shows like Cue Sera and The Pillow Talk. Today, we take a behind-the-scenes look at Doris Day's private residences. Doris Day lived in many places, but her Carmel Valley residence was her dream home. She moved to Carmel Valley from Beverly Hills when she bought an 8.26-acre property in 1980. After purchasing the property, she began building her two-floor single-residence home, spanning about 7,000 square feet. Her goal was to turn the property into a sanctuary for her pets, and the animals she rescued through her foundation. The property is accessible via Carmel Valley Road, with the entry opening into a paved driveway. Around the property are a private fence and large oak trees that provide privacy to her home. Doris Day's compound features manicured lawns, a lush garden with flowers, courtyards, sitting areas, and a fountain. To personalize this property, Doris Day added outdoor spaces for her cats and dogs, including a 100-square-foot cat enclosure and a dog area with a kitchen. Day prepared treats and meals for her pets and rescue dogs in this kitchen. Beyond these dedicated animal havens, Day added manicured walking paths for her dog walks. In addition to the pet-friendly spaces, Day filled her property with lush greenery and flowers. The 7,000-square-foot, two-floor, three-bedroom main house sits beside her compound. Day painted it sunny yellow, which was her favorite color, and prominently featured it in her interior and exterior decor. The main house opens into a large living room, featuring a Carmel stone fireplace, which is also the room's focal point. Her living room is also painted the same yellow as the outside walls, giving the spacious room a warm and inviting appearance. The simple linen sofas and antique furniture she kept in the living room elevated this warmth. Above the standout fireplace, Doris Day hung a framed landscape painting of a country road, which reminded her of her native Cincinnati. Her living room features lofty ceilings and large windows, which, combined with other elements, give it a cozy and welcoming atmosphere. Adjacent to the living room is a spacious dining room. During her residence, Day hosted dining parties in this room, which featured a vintage dining table. The dining room featured the same yellow paint as the living room, but with a red-orange accent wall. The dining room features multiple large windows that flood the room with natural light and give occupants picturesque views of the manicured gardens. Doris Day's bedroom is spacious and airy, featuring vaulted ceilings and multiple large windows that flood the room with natural light. Inside the bedroom, Day had her bed, a dedicated sitting area, and a fireplace that blended seamlessly with the rest of the room. Other features in the main house included a library, two offices, an open-plan kitchen with multiple cabinets, and the iconic spiral staircase featured in her sitcom, The Doris Day Show. The main house overlooks the garden, the lush greens of the Quail Lodge golf course, and the stunning views of the nearby Santa Lucia mountain range. In addition to her main house, Doris Day's Carmel Valley property features 3 lofts, a gatehouse with 2 staff apartments, and a 1,236-square-foot one-bedroom guest house. The guest house is painted yellow to match the main house, while the gatehouse apartments are painted red as accent colors. In total, the home features 12,400 square feet of living space. Doris Day lived in her Carmel Valley residence for 40 years until she died in 2019. Shortly after, her personal items from the home were auctioned and her house was listed for sale. Day's home was listed for sale in 2020 at an asking price of $7.4 million, and eventually it was sold at a discounted $5.7 million. The proceeds of the sale went to the Doris Day Animal Foundation, which she established in 1978. Doris Day lived in Beverly Hills for a few years before moving into her Carmel Valley residence. She owned the property at 713 North Crescent Drive. The 4,309 square feet home sits on a 0.68-acre lot in the prestigious Beverly Hills Flats neighborhood. The main house is a single-family contemporary house built in 1922. It is a single-story house featuring 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and a dedicated 2-car garage. The home sits in a gated compound with a large motorway and 5-car parking space. The house features a covered entry that leads to a formal foyer that opens into a spacious living room. The living and dining rooms feature large windows that allow plenty of natural light. Doris was heavily involved in decorating the home, including various prints and her favorite color, yellow, in the interior design. Most of the home's charming features have remained, including the beamed ceilings, wainscoting, crown molding, and crystal chandeliers. However, the kitchen was upgraded, becoming a modern chef's kitchen with modern kitchen equipment and a central island. The house also has a children's room with a window seating and built-in bookshelves. In addition, the home had a small office space. The master suite is another notable room inside this house. It features a walk-in closet, a marble bathroom, and French doors that open into a backyard. Inside the backyard is a tiered brick patio with a fireplace. Beyond the backyard is a flat lawn, a swimming pool, a detached pool house, and a basketball sports court. Doris Day shared the home with her husband, Marty Melcher, and continued living there after he died in 1968. She maintained ownership even after building her dream home in Carmel Valley before selling it in 2006 for $6.5 million. Doris Day's Toluca Lake home is a little-known property she bought in 1948. It was the first home she independently owned, having purchased it shortly after her divorce from her first husband. She bought the furnished home for $28,000 and lived there for a few years before it was demolished as part of the construction of Freeway 134. She lived in this home for 2 years before purchasing another Toluca Lake property in 1950. She bought the home from comedienne Martha Rain for $42,000. Although the home came furnished, Doris Day redecorated it with her manager and soon-to-be husband. They later married and moved into the Toluca Lake estate with their son, Terry Melcher, in 1951. Doris Day lived in New York in 1941 while working alongside her band members. The apartment is located at Whitby in Midtown. The studios in Whitby feature hardwood floors and extensive windows that offer views of the garden. The kitchen features modern equipment and granite countertops, while the bathroom features marble finishings. The living and sleeping areas feature a Murphy bed that can be removed when sitting guests. The apartment also features a walk-in closet. During her childhood, Doris Day lived in various homes in Cincinnati, Ohio. The first home she lived in as a child was the 5-bedroom home on 3475 Greenlawn Avenue. The multifamily home was built in 1925 and served as Doris's home until 1930, when they moved to the now-demolished residence at 1811 Brewster Avenue and later 2552 Warsaw Avenue in the same year. 2552 Warsaw Avenue is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, single-family home built in 1927. It occupies a lot of 4,356 square feet and features attached off-street parking. And that's all with Doris Day's previous residences. If you enjoy this channel and going through previous celebrities' homes, please subscribe to our channel, like the video, and turn on notifications. Until next time.